So the next thing we want to talk about is how to actually graph these, how to graph distributions using a histogram. And you might remember doing histograms from chapter 2. It's going to be the same type of thing. Okay, so 60% of cancer survivors are age 65 and older. Okay, so this is a binomial. We're trying to pick 6 people and see a success would be if we pick someone who's 65 or older. So that means the chance of success is 60%. And we're picking 6 people, so n is 6. And what could x be? X is the number of successes. Well, if we're picking 6 people, none of them might be 65 or older, or 1 of them, or 2 of them, and so on up to 6. So our x part of the table will look like this. How do you fill in the probabilities? I'll give you an example for this one. This one would be binom PDF, and we want the chance of exactly 6. So exactly 6 would be trials is 6 people. There's a 60% chance of success. And we have 0 successes. That's where this number would come from. For 1, you would just replace that 0 with a 1 and so on, and you would get those numbers that you see right there. The last thing we want to do is graph it. So I'll show you how they do it by hand. Here's their drawing by hand right here. You can see here's the 0 through 6 on the bottom, and you just make a Y scale and show your bars. How would you do this on the calculator? And the answer is you'd put this in L1, you would put that in L2, and then you do the following. You go to second stat plot, which is right above y equals. Okay, you go to second stat plot, and you want to select the first one and make sure your plot is turned on. You'll see an on-off selection. Turn it on. And then they give you a bunch of types, and the histogram is the one on the far right. It's got a bunch of bars on it, so select that. Your X list is where you store these numbers, so that's L1. And your frequency should be in L2, because that's what these are right here. And then once you have that, what you want to do is hit zoom, the zoom button, which is in the top middle, and you want number 9. Number 9 says zoom stat. Okay, you'll probably get a picture that looks kind of distorted. So to fix that, you can hit the window button. Window is also on the top left, right next to zoom. And the window, the X min should be 0, and the X max should be either 6 or 7. Okay, so X min 0, X max could be 6 or 7. I'll just do 7. And then your X scale, you should go up by 1 each time, because that means it's going to show you every one of these. So if you could fix it using that right there. If the vertical heights are distorted, then play around with the Y min and Y max. But that's how you would graph it.